Hi Sade, how are you doing? So I just came from a cafe and I was doing some photography today, and I also got a bit of allergy here because of dust. Anyways, so I was thinking that we can just talk a little bit about this research part that's coming right now. So in general, research are of two type. Um, First is scientific research, which you see in journal academics. That's not of our use. Second research is applied research. That comes in our use. So applied research is a research which is applicable to solving real world problem. So that means when we do research, we get a lot of insights, and we should be able to apply those insight in our research, in our designs. So that's very important. I call it actionable research. So just let me show you the via board the basic process of research, that how research works. So it's a very basic framework. Okay. So first is that you form questions. That is when you're going for research, you have a you decide on a goal, that what I need to know, the answers that I need to know, and for that you form different set of questions, 10, 15 questions like that. Second is that you gather data. For this also there are many methods. You either go and talk to users, you do usability testing, you research on Google different case studies. There are many methods. So right now I don't want to confuse you with this because you will get confused. So I just want to broadly show you how research process works. And third is analyze data, because when you do research you will get a lot of data, and you will need to synthesize data. Remember how we synthesize the data via affinity mapping? So here also there are different methods to do that. So okay, just again briefly research how it works. You form different questions, you gather data, different methods for that, and then you analyze data to get the main insights which you can apply in the designs. Applicable insights, remember this. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so that's how research works. So we use the applied research here, and this is how research work in basic way here. So I'm just opening unit 5. So understanding the problem. So understanding the problem, unit 5, it's a part of discovery process. Okay, just a second here. Okay, so see, this unit is a little bit overwhelming for you. It might be, it has many different terms, so it's okay, it's fine. It takes time to digest these things. What I will say, you please put on a lot of time here, at least 2-3 hours a day at least. It's very important that you get back on the right track, on the right speed that we're lacking right now. So that's why I'm making this video, because if that helps you to get fast in your work, in your study, I'll be happy. So please put on your energy and time and effort. Like, please do that, Sade. Okay, so understanding the problem. So it just shows you different ways of research which we can do. So, and also I will highly recommend here you make a cheat sheet of all the terms you will see here. You will see here many terms like generative research, secondary research, competitive research, etc. So what you do is that you make a cheat sheet of all those terms and define in the way that you find work, that which you understand, which works for you. That's the most important thing. So what, and don't try to memorize them or learn them right now. Just keep the cheat sheet, and when you are doing the design, when you are working on the projects, you can just have a look at the cheat sheet side by side. In this way you will automatically understand the terms, because when you are doing the projects, you see the cheat sheet and you apply at the same time. So highly recommend this thing. Make the cheat sheet of all the terms that you're seeing right now. Okay, so first unit is just about the conducting research. So the article number, you read all articles. Article 2 especially is very nice, it just explain you how you talk to the client about research, how you explain him the research, why you should invest in research. It's a really practical article. I will highly recommend you read this. Okay, so this one, and the third one is about the research, like different methods about research, what are the different tasks and deliverables in research, the different tools you can do. So briefly have a look on this also. Okay, and then this article about the UX research cheat sheet, the fourth article, really nice article. Bookmark it. You may not understand all the terms right now, but it's okay, you can just keep it for later. And it's a really it really shows the process in a very nice way, and it will also help you later on in the design process. And when you're doing for interview, you need to explain these things. So I would highly recommend bookmark this article, and maybe just take a printout. Yes, take a print of this page of this article number 4 of the first 5.1 about UX activity in the product and service design cycle, and just take a printout and put and just paste in your room and keep looking at it. That's a nice way to understand it. These things you don't need to learn them, just get used to them. Okay, and okay, so the first thing, generative research. Okay, so before we move forward, I just want to tell you briefly, the research are just two type: primary research, secondary research. Primary research is the research that you do while you interact with the users. You may interact with them in person, you may interact with them via telephonic call, via video call, you may interact with them via different platform for doing usability testing. So okay, second is secondary research. In this you are not interacting with the users directly. So what you do is that there are again two things here. First is that you try to find the data online. You just search in Google or about the things you want to know. Suppose you are building an e-commerce site, so you search about user behavior while buying online. So you will find different case study and you try to understand the patterns of users. Second, you do competition analysis here. That is, you try to see what your competitors are doing, how they make the different flows, their information architecture and all those stuff. So I won't speak much right now about here because you may get confused. So let's move forward. So generative research. So here you will so generative research and evaluative research. Okay, so generative research is like you can say it like a divergent method of doing research, in which you explore different terms, you talk to users. It's done before you make any design prototype. So you try to understand their behavior, you show you talk to them how you do this thing, okay, your patterns. So it's like you kind of interview them. It's very divergent thing. And evaluative research is that when you have made some design and you go to users and you show them your designs and you ask them to do maybe some task, and when they are using your design, you observe them, you see what problem they are having, what issues they are having, what they are saying, what they are feeling. Okay, so just slipping here. So okay, so it's not fine. Okay, so this is about generative and evaluative research. And then comes our secondary research. So secondary research is that when you suppose in some cases it's not possible to talk to users are not in our reach. So what we do is that we try to find the data like which someone else must have done research about our case. Like suppose we're working in this illness zone, in this chronic illness. So we try to find different data set online, different studies, case studies done on our topic, and we read them and we find different patterns, insights from them. Okay, so you can see here desk research, the article. So okay, so you can have a look at this. There are different tools you can use to find secondary research: Google Scholar, Google Dataset. Okay, so you can have a look at this. Any doubts on this, let me know. So okay, now comes competitive research. So competitive research is that you first of all find the competitors. In our case, try to find other people who are working in this domain of healthcare. After you find those competitors, then you what you see is that, okay, just a second. So you find direct and indirect competitors in our platform, and what you are exactly evaluating is in competitor is that you are seeing their usability, their flows, their overall user experience, their functionality, their task flow. You would try to understand these things. So what you do is that you find a competitors and you try to use it for yourself, see how it works for you, and then write down about your experience, what problems you felt, what things good you felt, what things you felt it was lacking. You just try to write down about your experience. So and for competition analysis, there are two methods that we can use here. First is usability testing, second is usability heuristics. Okay, so competitive usability testing. Okay, so as we see, what you do is that you just find some competitive website, just go through it and write all your things you're feeling right now about this. That's all. So for second method for doing competition analysis is usability heuristic. So in this case, it's you have a framework already made for you. And what's the framework is that, so there are 10 usability heuristics for doing competition analysis. You can see the article, you can see the resource here. There are 10 ways. So first is visibility of system status, match between system and enable. So there are these 10 ways, so you need to apply them. So what you can do is that you can read about them. If you find any, there are also examples given here, so just go through them and let me know if it makes sense to you. Okay, okay, so this is have done. So okay, so now comes this quantitative research. So okay, let's make these things very simple. There are two things here, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative is how much, it deals with number. In this you use, like as you were talking in the last call, the data from Google Analytics and all those stuff. You don't need to make right now your Google Analytics. There are some ways in which you can find the data from Google Analytics, some sources. You just need to understand this, that why we are doing this. So we try to see from the Google Analytics, what's the bounce rate, what the exit rate, users when users are churning out, how much time they're spending. So this is about the quantitative research. It's about the quantity, the number, how much. Second is qualitative research. Okay, so qualitative research deals with the behavior in general. It deals with how users feel. It about what and how it feels. So in this also you need to access users. You need to when you talk to them, and in some cases I know it's not possible to talk to users, like it might be, it's very practical. So in this case you need to do, make assumptions. You just define fictional characters and just try to think about how they feel when they use a product, and you write down all the points here. So yeah, I think that's fine for now. So so you can just have a look at this unit and just let me know if you have any doubts here. So this unit is a bit overwhelming. I am already warning you. So you may feel a bit confused, but that's fine. Read these things twice or thrice. That's a nice. That's a good way to progress. And again, if you feel any doubt, feel free to reach me out via email. And yes, so this week we are having call on Thursday. Okay, that's fine for both of us. So please remember to reschedule all our calls all on Thursday. So when you click on the reschedule, in the there's a box. Just make a tick which says reschedule for all future calls. So please do that by Monday. And okay, and I also hope to see your affinity map bullet points in the Google Doc. And this week target is for you is that unit 5th, 6th, 7th, at least 3 units. Please make sure you do this. And okay, so see you soon. Hope you have a good week. Bye bye.